You mentioned classifying cartels as terrorist entities. It's been something that you've spent a fair bit of time on. I've heard a lot of people kind of pose the question, if we were willing to do what we did in Venezuela, why have we not done similar actions in Mexico? I'm curious, do you agree with that? If not, why not? And what do you think the long game is in terms of our ability to combat them?
Yeah, I mean, massively different. Because we're already killing them along with the Mexicans. I mean, we're not doing it, but like we work with them a lot. There's a new administration in Mexico that's much better to work with over the past year. So there's a lot of good timing here. You got a Trump administration that's a little bit more direct about it. It's not like we were doing nothing with Biden. We were, but a lot more. There's two things that have happened. Trump is obviously more aggressive on it. I mean, I've been talking about this since 2021 when I introduced the AUMF against the cartels. I wanted this conversation to be happening 4 years ago, if more. But Mexico is like, you have to look at Mexico kind of like Colombia in the 90s. That's the best way to think about it. Like the president of Mexico is not an illegitimate leader. Maduro was a literal criminal with a bounty on his head who stole the election, very obviously. So these are just massively different situations. And like, you're going to lose all the cooperation we are doing with the Mexicans if you just start bombing places. Also, what we did in Venezuela was very specific. We caught their leader. Like, so I don't even know if you can compare the two, because what are we actually? What do you mean necessarily? Like, what do we? You mean unilateral strikes on against cartels in Mexico, right? So
yeah, I mean, not I guess. I mean, what I've heard more than anything from a principle standpoint is, initially at least, you hear this involvement in bombing of the drug boats, and the talk. Again, I know action and talk maybe didn't align ideally, but the preempt, the lead up to doing that, it was primarily advertised as being done because it's a counter narcotic, is that all of these drugs are coming out of Venezuela and they're killing American people. Mm-hmm. You could make that same argument with, if you were to target cartels in Mexico in that same way for that same justification. But you'd be doing it
inside their territory. It's a massive difference. Again, with a legitimate government, but it's totally corrupt in many ways, but like it is voted in. They're also our neighbor and biggest trading partner. So these are just like worlds apart situations. And also, like, the Mexicans are working with us. I know it's not obvious because you have to understand Mexican politics here. For whatever reason, it's not like Colombia, where it's very normal to have a bunch of gringos there helping train their special forces. We've been doing it for 25 plus years. We amped it up a lot in Plan Colombia when I was living there. So I know these situations pretty well because I grew up in them. The politics in Mexico is very delicate. That's why we've never made a lot of progress there. And it's time to rip that Band-Aid off. And we have an administration under Scheinbaum that gets it a lot more. Just take what she says in public with a grain of salt, because what's happening in action is very different, and it's good. It's like what you want. So you'd fuck it all up if you just started bombing stuff, is what I'm saying. Okay. Like they'd be like, screw you. Like, I thought we were partners in this. You just bombed our country. Like, what the hell? I mean, we didn't even do that in Venezuela until obviously we got Maduro, but like, these drug boats are in international waters. And they weren't just ones coming out of Venezuela, they're coming out of Colombia too. So there's, I know in the general sense, people just lump all this stuff together, but you can't. You got to distinguish between each of these actions, and also what future actions make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even nuanced. It's big picture differences.
It's huge. Yeah, I haven't even gotten to the nuances yet. It's like,
no, I understand.
It's like we've got a whole plan on how to take out the Mexican cartels. And honestly, the other reason you might not see a lot of bombings is because, well, bomb what exactly? It's like, this is an insurgency. That's a better way to describe what's happening. It's a terrorist and narco insurgency. That's effectively what this is. And there's ways to root that out, but it's like a 10, 20-year plan. Yeah. And it starts with what we're doing now. We're better partnerships and just like being consistent. Yeah. And we don't have enough time. We spend so much time on other stuff. Yeah. I can tell you about the whole cartel plan, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure we're going there.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think, I understand. And again, it's just, seeing people ask questions and wanting to get your take on it.
Yeah, I would say good. My basic take is like it's much better news than I think you realize as far as the future fight against the cartels.
Yeah.
Does that mean we're going to finally get an operation down there and we're going to get shoot? Nah, the Mexicans are just like very staunchly against this.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of relationships with them that I don't think people appreciate or realize that are out there.
Yeah. You mentioned the kind of full insurgency. I've seen comparisons of what's going on up in Minnesota with a lot of the ICE protests being organized in a very similar fashion. Have you read or seen that, and what's your take on what's going on up there?
Yeah, it's across the country. It probably is. I mean, all protests are organized, if that's the question. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's been
they're very good at it in Minneapolis, aren't they? Black Lives Matter started, all of the crap started there. It's like it's like some people are just looking for something. It seems like to me, and it sucks being an ICE agent in that situation. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I don't like seeing what happened and these shootings, and because it's not good for ICE. It's not good for the president wants more people deported. It's bad for that, and it sucks for the people who got shot. And it's like there's no good parts of this situation. It sucks. A lot of statements have been made, and seems like there's all this new ways forward that I'm not exactly familiar with what that means yet. There's just a lot's happened, like these conversations between Trump and Walz and also the mayor. So it looks like there's going to be less of a footprint. It seems like they're just pulling it back. It's just getting too heated. That's what it looks like from the political angle. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
It's somehow Obama managed to deport a lot more people, and maybe that's a good strategy to follow. I watched a video of Obama explaining that logic to Democrats. I was like, that's a good spokesperson. We should use him because he uses this. He's the same logic I always use, because I'm always trying to make an argument that's not just popular with Republicans. I want it to be understandable to independents too. I'm not just trying to throw red meat at you. And I know that's what you want. And eventually it's like, if you don't get it, you're like, I don't like you. I don't know why, but I don't like it. Well, no, you should want good arguments. I've never lost a battle to Democrats. I don't know why people come at me from the right. But good arguments are taking them, understanding where they're at, and then focusing on that, and then using the best of your logic to get them to a certain place. And you're not going to win over a lot of Democrats, but you will win over independents. And look, we make a basic rule of law argument, do we enforce our laws or not? Can't really say no to that. And then also, what about, you have compassion, but what about compassion for the people who wait in line around the world? What about compassion for them? So, I mean, that's the argument I've always made. Even Obama would make that argument. It's a good argument.
Yeah.
You can't be angry. You can't be conservative. Just don't be angry about it. That's a good way to get independence on your side. And you need that, because you do not want another 4 years of left-wing ruling. I want to win the arguments.
Yeah.
So this is just one of those cases where I think it seems like the administration doesn't feel like they're winning the political argument. They're backing down. I don't know. We can all armchair quarterback the ICE tactics and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets?
Big regrets or small regrets?
Well, politically, I guess.
I mean, I was we went over some of my I would consider these small regrets. I should have tweeted that. Okay, sure, right. But as far as giant regrets, real ones, no. I would have still joined the SEAL teams knowing what I know now. I still would have gone on that op knowing what I know now. I'm not a really big fan of going back in time and changing history either. Who knows what happens in the multiverse? But why have regrets? Small ones, sure.
Yeah.
Kind of some things we went over.
Anything that I didn't ask you that I should have?
I think we went over enough. There's plenty. We didn't, but we spent a lot of time on certain things that probably could spend more on whatever. We could talk for hours about a million things. I think we're good.
Yeah. I do want to thank you for coming on. I do really appreciate you taking the time, and it's been great to sit down with you and finally meet you.
Yeah, well, thank you, man. It's honors here as well, man. That's why I came up here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Because I think you're a good, steady. somebody I respect in this space.
I appreciate it.
I'll sit down with people I don't respect, but I'll tell them that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, I appreciate it, and likewise.